Alright, welcome back to the ShamWow 5000 YouTube channel. And listen, hey, it's okay. It's okay if you're not subscribed. You just didn't know. But I'm gonna need you to change that, because now you know. And today we have a very, very interesting video because I'm an artist. You know, I like creating content. Before I did it, on the internet, before I started sharing it, on the internet. Forget that. Before I started like getting on the internet and stuff like that, the most that I can do is walk up to my friends and be like, "Hey, look what I did. Hey, look what I did." But now that I'm going into content creation, I can do that, but on a bigger scale. And I want to start off today's video by showing you some art that I made. And I don't know, I have a pretty good amount of art. I started really getting into like drawing and painting and stuff like that when I was in high school, around like sophomore year, something like that. I had my first art class and I absolutely fell in love. And so, yeah, here's just some stuff that I have around, and usually I hang it up. The plan is to just get all of this all over the place. So after you see this video, I'm probably going to start putting up art. But without further ado, let me show you some of the pieces I put together and why I am so proud of them. Okay, first up, this one's for all my anime fans right out there. And small disclaimer, I do a lot of self-portraits and I do a lot of anime style drawings because I draw what I like. And also I draw myself so much because I wanna draw people, but I don't like drawing other people because if I mess up, then I'm gonna feel bad. So without further ado, here's picture number one that I want to show you. We have old Joseph Joestar from part 3 of Stardust Crusaders. The thing I really like about this one is the darkness of the lines really capturing the outline of the silhouette. I like these down here and these up here. I usually try to have like a very specific and arbitrary color scheme when I draw. Like down here it's like black stripe, black stripe. On this side of the black stripe it's like two darker, cooler colors. On this side of the black stripe it's like two lighter, warmer colors. Like I know green's a cool color, but it's lighter, so I don't know. My brain looks weird if I don't put the right color in the right spot. It makes me mad. But so anyways, in the background I really like this too because in order to make all the stars show up, I colored a complementary color, or I tried to, in the background of it to sort of link it all together. Yeah, I really like this. Here we go. Old Joseph Joestar from part 3. Number 2. This right here, this is a self-portrait and another portrait. This is me and my roommate, and I drew it in the art style of part 5 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And if you couldn't tell now, I really like JoJo. Anyways, yeah, so the reference point that I used for me was Giorno, and I think for Frank I used Bacchio or Bucciarati. So one of those two were Frank's reference, but I really like it because people like to say that Frank's drawing looks like Drake, anime Drake, and so I really like that too. The thing that I really like about this is the color scheme that I chose for it. The lines, all the lines and stuff is like a blue ballpoint pen, and then the shading is pink cross hatching, and then for the hair, that's when I put in the teal. That's when I put in the teal Sharpie, and I feel like that really ties it all together. And I think, yeah, I'm gonna have to like mix materials more when I make art, because I like that a lot. So if you see something like this, it is because when I was in high school, I made a Snapchat story. I was like, any ideas that you want me to draw, let me know, and I'm gonna post it on my story. And so stuff like this, I always put the name of the person that recommended it, just so like they know. But yeah, so my friend Devon asked me to draw Goku, so I drew this like senior year of high school. you know, posted it on my story. Very quite proud of it. I didn't color the hair though because that's too much ink to just be coloring in with a pen. Here we go. We got one that I drew a little later, and it's also an anime themed drawing. And this one is a Demon Slayer self-portrait. So here we go. Look at this. I guess it goes without saying that the reference I used for this point was Tangential. But there we go. There's Carlos Demon Slayer. How does it look? But anyways, yeah, so what I really like about this one is the attention that I really paid to the lines, you know, because Demon Slayer, there's just sort of like that slick anime lines that some people do. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but like you see how in parts like this, like the line just goes this to show that outline of the coat, but there's like that thickness that makes like that point which otherwise wouldn't be there. And so doing sort of things like that, I don't know, I find kind of difficult because I have like a weird eye when it comes to detail and like, you know, what techniques you wouldn't think to do that would make the overall work of art better. So that's how I think about those like sort of like little thick like accent lines, something. I don't know, weird to explain. I don't know that many art terms, forgive me. But so I really like that, and I also really like how I felt like I was successful in making the kimono look flowy and the Demon Slayer outfit more slim but not like skin type stuff. Also, I really like this fist gripping the sword. Oh, I really like that right there. And then, oh yeah, I like that a lot. I also really like Demon Slayer eyes, how like they're like kind of two-tonal. And I also really like how I was able to pull off the twist, because that's like a weird thing to draw. But yeah, really like that. This one is another one of the high school recommendations that I posted on my story. It's from my friend Toya, and she requested that I draw Naruto and Sasuke. So to do that, bam, split portrait right down the middle. I really like this. I wasn't really that much into Naruto Shippuden at the time, but I don't know, I felt like the art style was simple enough to where I can just crank one out. So that's why I decided to go with this. I really like the simplicity of this one, how it's simple but still gets the point across. On to the next. Alright, now if you didn't know me before, let me tell you the biggest fun fact that I can tell you about myself. My absolute favorite artist of any kind, period, full stop. My favorite artist is Childish Gambino. And he is the only other person I would draw because I just want to. And here we go, the best portrait of Childish Gambino I've ever drawn. Look at that. And the crazy thing is I actually drew this like in a card too. But I like that a lot. I think this bad boy might go right here. I don't know what y'all think. To tell you what I really like about this, I really like the shading. I fucking popped off on the shading on this one. Just like over here around the hairline. Again, I didn't color in the hair because of, you know, like I was using a ballpoint pen to do this. I was not about to put in that much time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The shading is what sells that one for me. This one I really like. My first year of college, was also when season 3 of Rick and Morty was coming out. Yeah, season 3, right? And so I would watch the new episode every week before one of my classes and just have a ball. And so I created this masterpiece, and I would like to call him Carlos Morty. Yup. Carlos Morty. It's me and Rick and Morty. And, oh, actually, let me get you this hoodie right quick. Okay, remember that hoodie. That's what it looks like. This is the hoodie I was wearing at the time. I drew that. Look familiar? Look familiar? That's my favorite thing about that drawing. We can go on to the next. So, speaking of drawings that were drawn while I was in a moving vehicle, I would like to introduce you to my favorite self-portrait that I drew of myself. Bam! Right up here up top. And yeah, I drew myself with a septum piercing because I lost the one that I have in my nose. But I'm gonna get another one, fuck you. But, yep, my absolute favorite self-portrait that I drew of myself, right under another self-portrait that I really like. I tried to make myself look like Rock Lee. But also I tried to put my own spin because, you know, the head shape is slightly different. I got a pink aura because pink is my favorite color. And here we go, another portrait of one of my homies in the art style of part 5 of JoJo. I introduce you to Fly. Yeah, you see that? The reference point I used for this was a Bakio from Golden Wind. And honestly, I feel like this works out perfectly. The person who this is, his appearance really complements the art style. And then on top of that, I feel like the colors really sell it. You know, like the maroon. Because after I drew those first two self-portraits, I was thinking, wow, the color scheme really popped off. And I kind of did that one on accident. So this one right here is sort of a more deliberate attempt at that color scheme with different colors. The last one for this episode, I'm the one that I have next. I'm looking at. I'm like, yo, okay, I gotta have some shit for the other episodes too. So to end off episode 1, I would like to show you this this drawing right here. It'll give you big Joseph Joestar from part 3 vibes. But I like this one so much better. And here we go. We have Weirdo Mista in full Technicolor. And look at this. I'm sorry, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but let me get that. So what I really like about this one is just everything that I talked about in the previous drawings is what I like about this one. You know, like I really like the shading. I felt like I popped off with the shading. The line work is probably some of my cleanest. Like, look at that. There's like barely any sketch marks when it comes to the detail. The concept behind it, the vines in the background on the cool side, and it has 7, 2, and 5. Because if you don't know, Guido Mista doesn't like the number 4 because he thinks it's bad luck, and I actually paid attention to that. So the bullets actually go 1, 3, 6, 7, 2, 5. So I thought that was pretty neat. And yeah, so here we go. That's where I'm gonna cap off episode 1 at, and I definitely can't wait to make one of these videos again. I'm excited to see how it performs because I really like showing off my art, and it's actually something that I feel like I can talk about. Yeah, thank you guys for looking at my art, watching me gas myself up. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more like it, please like and subscribe. If you want to see content that you think I would be more suited for, or some stuff you want to see me react to or do, then I don't know, maybe we should get a bunch of guys together to sort of like, I don't know, make like an extension for an app where right after you get done watching the video, you could like go under it or something and like talk about it with other members of the community. Man, something like that would be fucking sick. But anyways, I bid you adieu. Remember to wash your hands, drink water, love your neighbors, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And with all that, I'll let you go now. Go be great. See you.